Bugs?
Don't talk to me about infestation.
No, listen. This girl has a rat in her house. Like, why is there so many bodies in this tiny ass house right now? Always jumping on my feet.
Sometimes,
Like,
there's
you know
no
what I mean?
music at all.
Yeah.
It's just
The place is another story. Like,
yeah, that's a whole
bomb ass drop. Like, oh, you're a cop? Where do you work? Kingston. Alabama University Rush, where it's like those white girls in sorority, just like, welcome, we've been waiting for you. Just like chanting, like screaming and cheering. She's like those blonde white girls in white dresses. Tell me that's not.
How to sustain mental health well-being in
Damn, that's a deep one.
Get into her.
Drugs.
You know what? I prefer like living on res compared to like living on thing. What do you think about that? Like,
I feel like I'm the complete opposite.
Really?
I'm like, cause like when I'm at home, cause I have Mondays off, right? So I'm at home. It's like I can make breakfast in my pajamas. I can go downstairs and study in my pajamas. Like I feel like when I'm on res, if I wanted to leave my room, I'd have to be like dressed to go somewhere.
Honestly, that's so valid.
Yeah.
I do like certain aspects of like living here because I can actually cook my food now.
Yeah.
Because before I couldn't cook my food, I'm always eating outside. That's why sometimes I wouldn't even like come out outside. But like, I don't like it in terms of I don't see most of the.
That's what I was gonna say
like
too.
that.
You have to purposely like ask somebody to like hang out or like just like oh, I'm 2 minutes away. Everybody's like so spread out.
Even my res, like it was so, I say this all the time to Hillary, like it was so a family vibe. So it's like you get home, oh, how was your day? And then it's just like everyone would go, like we'd have like family dinners where we'd all go out to eat. And then like we'd go out to like different stuff. And then I think we had like an intramural team all together. Like we were like very like tight. And so it's just like now like I go home and either my roommates aren't home or it's just like it's a lot quieter. Like it's just like it doesn't feel the same.
But there are like times when like you come home and like your roommates are like, oh, like how's
yeah,
your day?
like it's
a smaller like it's like a smaller community.
Yeah, it's just different.
Wait, so do you guys live close to each other?
Yeah,
yeah.
A street over.
Yeah,
because like I feel like it's different for me because I live far from everyone.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah, because like I feel like as much as like people are still like apart, but like most people do live in that like downtown area that like between Johnson and like Princess, that like student ghetto type thing.
Yeah.
So we do. That's what they call it. It's like ghetto ass houses all like clumped together. And it's like 7-bedroom houses.
Yeah.
So I guess like there's still like that, but then again there's also like people who live like way by like St. Lawrence and like apartments into the city because it's like it's so expensive to live in that little thing.
do you ever be getting bugs? I have a question because
bugs.
Don't talk to me about infestation.
No, listen. This girl has a rat in her house.
Allow it.
No, you guys have to clarify. You have to clarify this because listen, I was actually talking to an ASC student, right? And tell me why ASC students is like accelerated program for like our course or whatever. So literally, I was telling her because we see a lot of centipedes in our house, bro.
Ooh,
it's crazy.
No, I don't get bugs. I get
rats.
But listen, they told us the people who lived here before. They told us that there used to be like rat infestations like coming from a certain place. But
I'm telling you, it wasn't.
Really
it's not even me. Like that rat has been living there for a time. Like it wasn't us.
Also, like the whole summer like time
when nobody was there.
Exactly. But I'm like, worried. I did not know Kingston had these many bugs and rats and infestations and shit. Because when I told other people about it, they're like, oh yeah, my first year we had 2 rats. This, that. Oh, ladybug here, ladybug that. They aggregate and stuff like that.
I think isn't there like a ladybug thing in Ontario now?
Really?
Like that they're like coming. I just saw a post about it.
Cute.
Yeah, but like you know what? Like one is cute, one or two is
like
cute. But if you have
house.
like 30 in your house, like that's crazy.
You can be cute distance away.
That's what I'm saying. I'll look at you from out here, but like when you're like in my ear while I'm sleeping, I don't know. Like,
I'm telling you, it's actually scary because I never had centipedes in my life, like in my own house. Because like in my house, I would only get like, because I live in an apartment like back in Toronto, right? So we would only get like roaches, rats, not rats.
Roaches are bad.
Roaches, but you know what?
Ooh.
I don't know for me because I'm so used to them. I can kill them. Nothing like it's not a problem for me because they don't have many legs, bro. Tell me why? I kid you not. Yesterday, no, let me even tell you the story of yesterday. Yesterday, took a shower, got out of the shower, came to my room, doing my business. Keep in mind I'm naked at this point. Keep in mind that. Listen. I look down under my table. I see a huge centipede by my foot. I said, hell no. At this point, I have to be so calm because listen, centipedes be running
They
fast.
move.
Fast!
At least they don't fly though. If they start flying, I think it's
I
over.
just like drop them in like
because
chemicals.
listen,
Like,
Sorry?
like get a bottle of like Lysol or like bathroom cleaner, like spray that into like drown
See,
them.
but when you're like naked out of the washroom, like you don't think
It's
about that stuff.
yeah.
You're like, what do I do right
because
now?
at this point, you see that vacuum over there?
You vacuumed them?
We suck them up. Listen, because the thing is, I remember before we got.
But wouldn't it just like crawl out of the hole?
Oh no! These ones are staying in there.
Wow.
And then you know what we
Send me the
do
link
when
or what?
it's sucking it up later, we use like a spray and we spray inside the thing, so
That's
it's
what I'm
sucking
saying.
up everything.
Wow.
So even though if it tries to come out, those fumes are gonna kill them. Period. Because listen, I'm not about to sit here and talk
Okay,
about
Naomi,
like shut up,
extinguisher or what?
Exterminator, like.
Damn.
But yeah, no. And I really thought I was gonna be like one of those people where I was like, okay, say less, like I can, kill these bugs. Turns out they were centipedes.
Nah.
Centipedes is crazy.
Centipede's crazy.
It
Like
makes
little
you feel
ants,
like dirty,
little
like
insects.
ugh.
Like, no. I screamed. When I saw that thing, I didn't scream. I had to stay calm, you know what I mean? I had to stay collected. Then I opened my door. I was like, Maya, you better come. I quickly got dressed. Nah, F the lotion at that point. Quickly got dressed. Maya, bring the vacuum. Bro, and then she came in with the vacuum. Took a hot minute, vacuum that shit up. Mm-hmm.
But like, imagine the centipede's like perspective though. Like, they're just.
Are you
It
kidding
just
me?
has too many
Just
legs
to
for me
be
to
devil's
care.
advocate, but like even the rat, it's like trying to feed its family. Like it's not their fault that like.
Yeah, but it's just like, why is it in my space?
why
Like, feed
in
your
my
family elsewhere. Like,
But what came
Exactly.
first, wildlife or houses?
they didn't
like,
live
we
in
built
houses.
on
Go
their
live in the
land.
wildlife.
Listen,
That's
we live
fine.
in the-
This whole place used to be bush.
Find bush somewhere else. Okay, but you
That's
wouldn't be
what I'm
saying this if you had a rat in your
That's what
house.
I'm
Let's be
saying.
serious. Like,
That's
if
what
you
I'm
had a rat,
saying.
you'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
About some old
That's
Disney
what I'm
bushes
saying,
and
old
stuff.
people.
I'm just saying, like.
I did introduce myself in my last video, but I don't really need to because you couldn't see my
Like,
face
you
every
know
single
who
time.
she is.
Like,
Like,
exactly.
it's her podcast, like,
So here are my guests. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Hillary. I know Naomi.
I'm Hillary. I'm
Would make me so bad.
Relax, I'm Tanya. I met both of them
On the first day.
They both actually didn't like me.
No, okay, cause
They
like
didn't like me.
so I met Tanya walking to the parade. Like we both didn't have any friends. Okay, so I was like, okay, cool,
Okay.
whatever.
I have
And
a few
then I
friends,
met
I don't
Naomi,
know.
and I've like I heard about Naomi from or something like that. It's like I was talking to Naomi, and this girl she like talked to me. I was like, can you leave me alone? I'm trying to talk to my friend here. I just met.
But I just met Naomi too, so I was just trying to. I was just
I
a
know,
little
but it
girl
just-
trying to make friends.
Guys,
Remember.
I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I have
You
terrible memory.
You don't remember?
Don't listen.
The
like,
parade.
No, because I still remember us like entering like Richard Stadium.
Yeah, that's
I remember
what-
that, but anything before that, I low-key don't remember. I'm not
No,
even
like
lying.
We met you in the parking lot because you were talking about you were from Toronto, and she was like, "Oh, she was from Vaughan or something," and it's like, "Oh, the TTC, like you're not Toronto."
Oh, if you
and
don't,
then
if you
were
don't
like,
have TTC, if you don't have this conversation,
"No, if you don't have TTC, you're not in
Listen,
Toronto." or
I will
something.
ride or die for that statement because listen, people be claiming from Toronto and they're not even from there. Like
Woo, Scarborough, girl.
But I am from Toronto, so what about it? Like, listen.
Okay, chill.
One thing I wanna say is search it up because if I can put my address as Toronto, then I'm from Toronto.
And the mail still gets delivered. I remember you said that.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what y'all talking about. It's just a borough in Toronto. Like,
What happened was like we were sitting on like what do you call them, the bleachers, right? It was like somebody. Oh, remember that girl? I don't say her name.
Oh yeah,
But it was. I
I
think
thought
it
she
was.
was so cool.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was
It was
Naomi,
her, Naomi, you, me.
Was I next to Naomi?
Oh,
you were in the middle between
wait,
both
is
of
it
us.
a girl from nursing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
curly
sitting beside
hair.
You
Oh,
were sitting beside
I know.
her.
Yeah, you
Oh,
were sitting beside her. So
Yeah,
it's like
I was.
either her or you, and then
I was also
You
with
were in the
Kayla
middle.
at that point too.
Were you?
No, I didn't meet Kayla until much
Really?
after.
No, Kayla was
Really?
there.
You're the one that introduced me to Kayla. We went to Walmart or something.
Oh yeah, I remember because we went grocery shopping.
Yeah.
That time. Yeah.
But anyways, I was trying to chit chat with Naomi, and trying to make conversation. I'm like, can this white girl leave me alone? And I found out she wasn't white, so now we're friends.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You don't remember that? That's crazy.
Bro, why are you coming for me like
I thought it was sentimental.
I think about that moment like almost every day.
I know what's crazy though is just I genuinely have terrible memory. Like even people that I have like I'm close to like this, bro. I be asking them like I be just sitting down and I'll be like, bro, like how did we fucking like talk? Like how did we meet? Like for real? Like I just don't be knowing. People have to
just like show up in your
half
life.
the people I don't know either.
Yeah, and the only reason I really remember like us going to Richard Stadium and like sitting by each other and stuff like that is because I have a video recording of that.
You do?
Yeah. And then because I was filming Richard Stadium, all of a sudden she peeks her head in the corner. Yeah.
Of course she did.
Of course she did.
Center of attention, but
right? Like, of course.
Guys, don't hit the player, hit the game.
Okay, so the first question I do have, because we're in university, obviously, what's one thing that you wish you knew before coming into uni?
Oh, what did I really wish I knew? I feel like I wish I knew that like it's just never like nothing is just ever that serious, because like in high school you're all pent up on like drama and like, oh, who's with who's hanging out with who, blah, 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 like they didn't invite me to this thing. But like university, there's so many people here and everybody's just doing their own thing. You can just like do whatever you want. It's scary. It's scary in a way because it's like there's no like rules really of like how to like live. You can just like wake up whatever, do whatever, talk to whoever you want. Like it's just never that serious. Like,
you know what's so funny about like you saying like, oh, there's so many people? I think that like after first year though, like, I feel like the people that I see or the people that I know, it's just that.
There's just that.
Yeah. And because I'm not the type of person to like go out and like do this, do that to meet new people, the people that I see is very limited. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing of like you actively choose who you want to see.
Yeah. But I feel like some of them is not. I don't choose to see them.
That's
like,
you
just
be
be there.
Oh.
Like they just be there.
It's on the same schedule.
Not by choice.
Yeah.
No,
this is like I feel like right now I'm not like going out and like meeting people. If I'm going out with people who I already know. Like we go out together, we come back together. Like we're just like hanging out with ourselves, but like in a more like larger crowd. If that makes sense.
But you know what's crazy though? Like I always thought that you would be able to like make friends like even after like the first year or whatever. But I feel like people
everyone
like
has
in
their
first
circle,
first year, like I kid you not, like within the second week.
That's what I was gonna say. Like the
people
OE
already
friends.
had their cliques. Like everybody had their groups and stuff like that.
See. I thought the same thing, but a lot of them were all besties since high school.
Oh.
That's why all those big groups, like, how do they have so many friends already? But they all knew each other from high school, and they just kind of like brought like one or two people in that they've been meeting on like all week. Yeah.
Wait, so did you know anybody before coming into like?
No,
I think only two people from my school like came here.
Like, were you friends with them?
Were you friends with them?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, there's people from my school here, but like
yeah.
I only have like one like close friend from high school that came. But like we're not even like that close like that.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Because I only know like one person, but this person I knew like elementary school, but we didn't go to the same high school. Yeah. So when I saw her, I was like, oh, same. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, but it was nothing crazy.
I feel like it's also kind of the same thing as Hillary too, because like you really like nothing matters to her. And I think one of the main things I told myself before coming here was like because all throughout high school I let my social anxiety like get through everything. Like I didn't participate in anything. I didn't like dress how I wanted to dress. I didn't like see the people or act the way I wanted to, because I was just so scared of what people thought of me, because like I grew up with half these people. Like we went to elementary school and then we all went to high school, so it's like they have this perception of me that it's like if I even wanted to try and change that, like they know who I am. It's like, who am I kidding? Like they know who I am.
They
right?
know who you've been.
Like they know who I've been.
Be.
Exactly. So it's like they're gonna see me and they'll be like, what is this girl doing? You know what I mean? So it's like I come here, and then honestly I'm really thankful that no one from my high school came, because it's like I could start new, and I feel like it's such a good opportunity to like do everything you wanted to do. It's just like join clubs, because it's just like I always thought like doing all that was like really embarrassing at first. I was like, oh, I can't be seen in a club, like that's crazy, but it's just like it's so fun, like it's like
no,
it's
like,
real.
true,
It's real. I was like, no, what do you mean like I'm part of a club, like that's crazy? But it's just like now going into it, like it's actually like nothing matters. Like you can join clubs, you can do intramurals, like
that's
you can like dress how you want. Like I see the coolest people wearing the coolest stuff on the streets, and I'm like, that is so sick. And it's just like nothing matters. So it's just like do,
because like in high
whatever.
school it's like everybody's like talking about each other, and like we're just like we put everything just matters way much more in high school, like when you're like before you leave home. But when you come here and it's like it's just never like
it's never
just
that
never
deep.
serious, never
Like
that
it's
deep.
just
Do
no one's
it,
keeping
like,
tabs about anything. It's like, oh, like this person, like no one knows.
Yes. Like if I like trip and fall, I'm like, oh fuck. But like
just,
nobody
like,
even
no
knows
one-
who you
like,
are. Like it
everyone
doesn't
has their
matter.
headphones in. Like nobody like is really paying attention like that, which
That's
is so
true,
freeing.
though.
Like
That's
It's
so
so
true.
freeing.
yeah.
That's so true. So the next question is, how do you make and maintain friendships? Because we talked about, I guess we kind of already talked about like
Making friendships and
stuff.
maintaining it is completely different.
Exactly. So like obviously here, like when you meet new people, whatever, you have to be outside. Like you have to come outside, you know, talk to people and stuff like that. You can join clubs. You can do, I don't know, pretty much whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you maintain those friendships?
I mean, I give you an example of like how we maintain friendship. Because like when we first met, I think like we got each other's like Snapchats, and then like I think you like texted me to like, oh, like should we walk to the next activity together?
I did.
But then like I think like I
something.
took too long to get ready, so she left without me. I was like, oh fuck, like I just lost a pen.
Oh,
Cut her off.
And then like I think like we met up at the activity, and then like I think it's kind of that like being consistent and like being purposeful and like, oh hey, like we just met, like here, take my socials, whatever, so we can like stay in contact and like reach out to each other to like, oh like come hang out, we're doing this, come do that. So I feel like if you like you meet people, you meet their names, or you learn their names, and it's like, okay, cool, then like you go in your own separate ways, you might never see them again.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of week friendships.
Yeah.
It's like
that's what I'm
you meet
saying.
so many people and then you just never talk again.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's fine too, because it's like the fun of like meeting people at first is like really nice. Like obviously it can feel like kind of sad that you like you see them on the street and you're like, oh my god, like I remember
long
you.
time no see,
Like,
it's like, oh, not one time, but
yeah. But maintaining friendships is, especially if you're like not in the same program, because we were like a lot of our friend group, for me at least, is like we're all in the same program, so it's like we don't even have to force hangouts because we go to class, we go to study together, and then you want to grab food after, and then like it's like really
the dining
easy.
hall,
The
invite
dining hall,
people to come eat with you.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, no, I should look do that. Like, I'm taking notes right now.
I feel like, because it's like, oh, like, let's go grab dinner at Lenny, and then it's like,
like
a
so
whole
light.
thing.
Yeah, like, it's not, like, really, like, oh, let's go out, like, hang out, because it's just, like, you're going to eat. Like, it's going with a purpose, so it's not as, like, heavy or stressful to ask, because, like, everybody gotta eat, you know.
But the thing again is like when you're meeting people at such like fast rates, it's like you can think that like oh my gosh, we have so much in common, we're gonna be like the best friends, but then like you get to know them more and they turn out to be like maybe not what you thought it was. Like don't feel like you have to like stay friends with them. Like people like change and grow and like go separate ways. You can still be like acquaintances and stuff, but like don't force yourself to stay with somebody just because like they were the first person you met, right?
Yeah, that's valid. Because like I know for me, like it's like maintaining my friendship, especially like Kayla. Most of it, like especially during like O week in the beginnings, was like are you going to this thing? Okay, so we need to walk together. You know what I mean, stuff like that. But also like when our group like became a little bit bigger, it was a little bit harder to like maintain, because I'm a more like one-on-one type person. I don't know how to like navigate like friendships within a group. It's just not, I feel like it's not really intimate, you know what I mean? It's very surface level kind of, for me at least. So like when that happened, it was kind of like it's harder to like be like, oh, you know what I mean? Or sometimes like I'd feel like in a sense like kind of left out, because they'd be
like going out and stuff, and like
do you guys ever deal with like FOMO?
At first, it was really, really bad. Like, I remember first 2 months in, like, I had to be, and I'd see everyone else's stories, and it would just make me feel so bad. Like, I'd be in my room, and I'm like, everyone's out. I'm like, I felt so bad about myself. I'm like, what am I doing here? But then I feel like later on, I was just like,
no, it's like you're really not missing out on anything.
No.
I don't know, especially like university like parties and like hanging out. It's like It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like whether you go out this week or next weekend, it's gonna be the exact same thing, same people. Like,
and I feel like a lot of the times, like the stuff people show on their stories, like
it's
isn't
so
always.
Guys, smile for the video.
The
video gets posted, and they're on the phone. Like,
like it's not like sometimes even a night in, low key, I've enjoyed more than like actually going out.
It's so much more productive and
that's what watching a movie,
peace,
hanging out. Like it's just like it is really what you make of it. If you like going out, that's fine too. But it's just like. Don't always feel pressured because everyone else is going out. Because it's just like sometimes you can have a good time while staying in.
You're not gonna die if you miss a party.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like university parties are so like, it's just like, it just really depends who you know and like what kind of event it is. Like a house party could be like vibes if like you know who you're going with and like, you know, how the house is and just like listen to music and like drinking or if that's like your vibe. But also at the same time, it's just like, it can be like icky and sticky. Like, why is there so many bodies in this tiny ass house right now? Like jumping
Sometimes
on my feet.
like there's
you know
no music at all.
Yeah.
So we've gone somewhere it's just dead quiet. I'm like, what?
First year though, I only ever went to like one party that I could actually rate.
Which one?
Which was the black.
Which
I don't know if you guys know. It was just literally like
black people.
Black people. It was
I remember. Was it somebody's birthday?
I think so. Yeah. Yes! That's the only party I can rate.
That was the first like house party I went to. I was like, oh my god, that's actually like black people at Queens. Like, wow, like this is vibes. But then the next black party, it's the exact same people I just saw last week.
I did it though because I went to that one and I was like, okay, I think this is the set for me. Like, I'm not going to no more because like I'm not really like a partier for real. Like I'm more of like close.
No, that was a good. That was like a good because it's like I think parties should be like dancing, talking to people, good music. That's like not just like you know, like actually
house music.
No, because I remember like before that I was going to like white people parties. So when I went to them, bro, either they would have like costumes or something, or like they just be in the back, like
in the backyard,
just talking,
but it's just
playing pong or something.
I'm like, what? Where's the litness? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Cause like this is like such a regular thing for them. Every weekend at like my house, pull up guys, like we'll play pong, we'll drink some beers.
Yeah,
and, like,
it's like at least have a little music. Like it's like a thing about me. I love a good dance. I can put on some Bad Bunny, put on some good tracks, and like. But it's just like I go there, we're standing around, and it's just like everyone else is always on. Like I feel like we're never on the same level as like either they're like really really drunk, and if you know like if you're sober and around drunk people, it's horrible. So it's just you're looking around and everyone's on this level. I'm like, what am I doing here? Like I always was like, I could be at home right now. Like what am I?
So you either like match their level to like actually like have fun, or you just call it a day.
Yeah, but like even with most of them though, like half the time I wouldn't just stay at one party. It would like we would party hop. You know what I mean?
Okay, oh my god, that first year, because like everybody's like under 19, you can't get into the clubs. It's like, oh guys, like what's the motive? You're walking
around.
Oh my god, the very first night, I was so fucking pissed. It was my birthday the first night, right? So I'm like going out with these girls, and it's like, because like this one girl knows like everybody in Kingston somehow. So she's like, oh guys, this address, we walk there. Okay, vibes, we're there for like 10 minutes. Okay guys, this is the next one.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So long.
Bro, I think that in the duration of me going to a hopping party, bro, my step count was really bro.
Like this walk, like, cause like if there's no actual like planned motive of like, oh like, okay, like guys, like come celebrate this or whatever, like at one house, and like we can check out like a bar or something after. But it's like if you're just roaming the streets, it's crazy.
And it's bad too, because I remember one time when like I was roaming the streets or whatever, and we had like a group of people. One of the guys, he had like a can and it was open, bro.
Police
tried to
ticket.
He got a ticket quick like that. I was like, and he wasn't even from Kingston too. It was a mad thing.
No, they're ticketing so hard right now.
Kingston Place is another story, like
that's a whole
bomb ass job, like oh, you're a cop or do you work at Kingston?
How to be involved with your school community? I feel like most basic
it's
joy
like
clubs
and like I didn't do any of that really. Like first clubs especially, I did intramurals, which I think was really really fun.
But I feel like some other schools don't be having that though.
Intramurals?
Yeah.
I think it depends.
Yeah, depends.
But that was like one of the like there was a lot of clubs, and we have like a club fair too that I went to, but it's like I didn't find any clubs.
The thing about those club fairs, it's like they're all advertising. Oh, come apply for this executive position.
Exactly.
Why can't it just general member? Like
too, like with most of the clubs, you have to pay for them. Some of them you have to pay. Because I know there were some ones that was like,
oh, it's like law societies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, like, why do I have to pay for this? Like, I did not know uni was this.
I just gotta go to the event.
Mine was like when told me like, oh, submit your resume, and I was like, resume? What am I applying for? You're gonna pay me? Like,
but I mean, join clubs if you can. I know, like, we're in Canada, so like, there's no like societies or whatever. But
well, like, our school just banned like frats and stuff, but like other schools,
not just our other schools.
Queens banned like frats because it's
I
like
thought
not
it was
inclusive.
just like Canadian though. Like,
no, Western. My friend is in a frat at Laurier, like Pi Kappa, blah blah blah.
How do they even name those?
I think it's a Greek. What alphabet is that? That's
There's
Greek,
alpha, beta, Greek.
Alpha, beta, delta, omega,
Kappa,
pi,
epsilon.
But low-key be looking fun online though.
Low-key?
Fun or scary? Those
I'm so glad you're fun here.
Alabama University Rush, where it's like those like white girls in sororities, like, welcome, we've been waiting for you. So like chanting, like screaming and cheering. She's like those blonde white girls in white dresses. Tell me that's not.
No, but you know what? They be low-key in terms of like the community.
It's cute.
They
like,
are. It looks cute for like a 1-2 day.
They are like they're supposed to be like philanthropists or like the events they do are supposed to be like raising money for some kind of charity. They do like charitable work, but it like kind of just looks like parties. But like they do have like
that's
a story behind it. Yeah.
Honestly, join clubs, do studies. I don't know, cause you can low-key because I met like some people off of like just doing studies.
Really?
Yeah,
like
talk to them. Yeah, like whoever's doing the interview, talk to them, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You'll know stuff. Like talk to people.
Get
you know
involved,
what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of things that are like underground. Like you see you're in a washroom, you see a random poster and you're like, look at that.
You see it interesting, bro? Email.
Yeah.
And even if there's like something you don't see, like start your own club.
Honestly, you should. You should. Cause I've been like considering doing something, but I was like. Too much work. Like I can't just be doing this. Like, what do you mean I have to be the founder of this? Like, you know what I mean? How to build connections during your first year? I guess academically.
Oh, like with like
professors?
I guess, yeah.
Sit in the front row.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's what we always did.
Y'all been forcing me, bro.
Because
like,
everyone always says like go to office hours stuff like that, but it's just like I don't like.
But
just
it's
sit in the front row.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like in most cases too, like if you're not the type of person, because I know me, I can't speak in class. Like I'll literally talk to the prof after class. Like it's fine. Like I'll wait till everybody done dipped, and I'm like, okay, say less. I can get on now and talk.
So what do you mean when he said?
Yeah. He's like, oh, they're probably thinking, oh, what is this girl on? Like she could have low-key asked this earlier. Like,
their profs are so chill. They're much more like chill than like
they are.
That's what she's like. Oh yeah, you're a professor. We're not letting you do this. Or
they won't let this slide.
They don't
unless, because I feel like it's different though. Because sometimes our classes are like a little bit. They know low-key. They can see because it's not a big group. It's not like our psych classes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, if your teacher isn't like the rude ones where they just dip the minute their lecture is done, then you're good.
Yeah, no, we had some really good profs first year. Like, and that's our thing. Like, we made it our thing to just always sit at the front of the class. Honestly, it was more for paying attention because it's like if you're at the front, I can't fall asleep because that's just mad disrespectful, right? Nah, you were.
Go on, girl.
No, but like they like. Even when they're talking or like when they take a break, they come up and they talk to be like, "Oh, how's it going?" And it's just like
because you're right there.
They're like the first,
like no choice but to talk with you.
And it's like they'll notice if it's
they'll
cute.
notice if they're not there.
They'll notice if we're not there, but in a cute way, not in like a, oh, why weren't you here? It's like, oh, so like what's going on? Like why were you not here? But like I think it's really cute. Like sometimes it was with like other profs we've made. Like it's like they're all low key. Yeah, I didn't want to say, but like. He was really fun, and he like we become memorable. Yeah, I was gonna say him too, but like because our classes aren't like those classes weren't super big. It's like they become like they start to notice people, and it's like if you're at the front, you're automatically noticed. Exactly. So it's like if you go to questions, like he already knows you.
What I didn't know though, it's like in terms of like professors and like who's grading your work, like I didn't really know what TAs were. I didn't know what like because like you may never meet your TA, but they're the ones grading your assignments, grading your papers and like your tests. But it's like your professor might have said something and then your TA doesn't like know what the professor said. So like I feel like building a relationship with your professor and also like with your TA if you can, like emailing them for like clarification what exactly they want you to submit, because not always gonna be your professor's gonna like look at your work.
That's true.
That is actually so valid.
Yeah, that's so valid.
Because half the time it was like the prof would be explaining an assignment and he'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, I want you to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess like it doesn't transmit over to the TAs, and so everyone submits it like this, and then everyone's getting docked, and we're like,
and then
he
when
said
we talk to the prof, though, it's no problem.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm
okay,
saying.
let's go back and talk to, get that clarification done.
Yeah. So sometimes like there is good communication, other times it's not. So I guess it's
kind of
just
like the TA just won the job. Like
yeah, honestly, they're there to help you at the end of the day. Like you're paying for their services. Because you're paying for that, use it.
Use that.
Yes, sir.
Use that.
How to sustain mental health well-being in
Huh?
Damn! That's a deep one.
Get into her.
Drugs.
This is a heavy loaded question. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think right now because it's like
if we keep it surface level, I feel like going for walks is really good. I think we're really good with the water nearby, and it's like I remember when I would get like really, really stressed out or like really anxious, especially for before exams, like I would go sit on a rock and just like listen to the waves crash, and it's just like that would calm me down, and it's like it's really like it grounds you because it's just like at the end of the day like you're on this like I hate using it, but like you're on a floating rock, and it just like it reminds you like sometimes things just aren't as bad as you think they are, and it's just like kind of that serves as a reminder, like try to like reconnect with nature, I guess, and like that always really helped me. Like I would go on walks and I just sit there sometimes with music, or sometimes I would just like go blank and just like listen to the waves crash, and it was just like it just really calms you. I don't know.
For me.
Oh,
sorry. I was gonna say like walks to you or like naps to me. Like if I'm like not feeling something, like I'm gonna go to bed when I wake up, because it's like if I'm stressed about something that's like coming up, specifically for like if you're talking about like exam stress and like how that gets to you, it's like I'm not gonna stress about something for like 2 weeks when it's only gonna be 2 hours of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like you're gonna go in there that day, the exam is like 9 o'clock, you're gonna be done in the next hour, and it's like, okay, that wasn't even that bad, we got it over with. But you were stressing for like 2 weeks, that took up like years of your life.
Yeah. And especially with like midterms too, like the world doesn't stop, bro.
No,
you still gotta go to classes, you still gotta do assignments, like it's not stopping. So you better go to sleep or do something. Cause I know for me, like I do sleep, like usually, or like I like to surround myself with people so I'm not like thinking about that thing. So like, or talking to, because I know like here we're like basically we're not with our families and stuff like that, and I feel like that's one of like the biggest things with me. It's like, I'm not like always with my family, so I have to like call them up and be like, yo, like what's up, like what's going down there, like you know what I mean? Let me forget what's going on here. You know what I mean?
No, that was another thing I was gonna say. It's like for some reason this year I felt so much more homesick than I did first year, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But it's just like it gets really hard too, especially I think it's because like I said, like first year I had like a much bigger group like at home, and then now it's just like 4 of us, so it's like kind of a big shift with that, and it's like there's much less like people to distract me, because it's like on res like I had the entire like we were tight, like
entire building,
if I saw my roommate wasn't home, I'd have like 20 other people on the floor that I could talk to. Here it's kind of different, and so it's like one of the main things, like me and my family, we don't call that often, which I wish like we would, but like one of the main things that I kind of do is like I either like listen to like my old playlist from when I was at like back at home, like my 2020-2021 playlist, that it's like I remember like where I was when I made them, and it's just like I made them and I would listen to them on this like walk around this park, and so it's like I feel those emotions that I did like when I was there.
That's cute.
And it's just I love photos too. I always like put like either I'm always on my camera app, like I save everything. I love the little 1 year ago today's like on
Snapchat
memories.
Bro, tell me why I found out I had like this camera that I was like had from like long time ago or whatever, and there was an SD card but the camera wasn't working. Bro, I bought myself an SD adapter because I wanted to see what it was. Yes, there were like videos, not photos of me like recording myself. Hey guys, just wanted to say hi.
I love shit like that.
I'm like,
it's like your inner child, like
looking
back, like yo, you've come like so far, and it's like.
And then I was like showing like Amaya all the videos too. I was like, bro, this is so fucking cute. Like, imagine. And then I was like reminiscing. I was like, damn, like I remember there was a time I didn't have to stress about stuff like this, you know, because grad school was nothing.
It was nothing. No.
Just remind yourself that like there you have a life outside of like being a university student. You have a family, you have a home, you have like hometown friends, you have like your cousins, your hobbies and stuff. Like you're not just a university student. Like you have to have so many more outlets for yourself.
Real shit.
No, for real. Or else you might lose your sanity.
You might lose yourself. For real.
You can't be in the library every day. Like get a life.
Yeah. No, like as respectfully, like
No, because honestly, for real though, like you
can't stay in there.
Yeah, you can't. Cause the thing is also too, like I'm pretty sure, like I don't know scientifically, like I'm not a scientist or nothing, but you know I'm pretty sure like scientifically, like you're not supposed to like just focus on one thing, or else like your brain like can't compute it anymore.
No,
Habituation.
Habituation, desensitization.
Not the
but it's true because like you know how like the brain has like so many different parts of it, like the gyruses and sulci, like.
Gyruses.
What is it, gyri?
No. I was shocked that you brought that up.
Oh. Like there's specific things that's
shut up. And she retrieved.
No, I'm saying like your brain needs different things to stimulate the different areas, right? So it's like there's like your academics is like one part of like, you know, like memorizing like fucking amino acids or whatever, but it's also like building like emotion with like friends and family and like I don't know, things that make you like happy and like, you know, fucking like love chemicals in your brain and stuff like that. Like you need to stimulate the whole thing.
Honestly, that's so
that was really like philosophical.
Yeah,
like she really got
no,
me
but I can see it visually though, because imagine your brain, right?
Yeah.
And then each part of it lights up whenever you're using it.
Exactly.
Say that, like
it's like the Inside Out island.
That's how
it lights up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like one part is only lighting up. Meanwhile, you got the rest of your brain. And
the rest will start shrinking, and that will.
That's what
and they turn off the islands, like Friendship Island.
Speaking of Disney though, did you see the video, like the 3-minute video of like the 100th whatever?
Sorry.
What?
The Disney 100?
Yeah. Okay. So
no, that's TikTok.
What are you talking about?
The TikTok like
it's
characters?
It's our 100th anniversary.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, the one where they brought out all the characters?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Listen. Because when I watched it, I said, why are we being reminiscent right now? The way it was setting,
a little bit.
I almost cried.
No, that might make me break down. Like childhood, like memories.
You don't
that
understand. It keeps my childhood alive to this day. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And I was so confused as to why they think. Like, I understand you're doing an anniversary, but be so expeditiously for real. Like, why?
I'm sorry. What?
Really? And
what did you just say?
You
Never.
never heard me say that before.
Be so what?
I guess you're really
so expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
Yeah, like we won't be saying be for real, but no, be so
expeditiously
for real. You know, if I'm feeling extra, I pull in that supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in that.
Girl. You know what? Some moments need that.
That's what I'm saying, because the thing is, people be reusing be for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's spread. It's spread out. I like Really and Truly. You really put me on for that. Because Really and Truly, like that was a
you know what's
moment.
crazy? That was never a thing until I came, and that was like a new thing that I thought of when I first.
You
came
thought,
in.
yeah,
Really
know, like it spread. I stopped saying it, but now I might bring it back again.
I forgot about that.
I did forget a little, but it was so funny.
Because
Really and Truly, like it was so good.
Like.
Bring it back.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's very versatile.
You really can use it in anything.
Any context.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyways, next question. Oh, okay. This is something that I dealt with heavy first year. How to deal with senioritis or like burnout post high school graduation.
Oh.
Yeah.
You talk. You start us off.
So like I feel like high school, grade 12, because I don't know if I told you this before, but like I graduated earlier than grade 12, right?
I think you mentioned this before, but no.
Yeah, but I did.
When did you graduate?
It was still like grade 12.
Like semester 1?
Yeah, like semester 1. But like I didn't have to take the courses. It just it was a complication over there. But yeah, so I was having like heavy like burnout. Like I'm like, bro, because I did everything. I was still going to classes. I had like only like 2 classes, but it was like art classes because I was in an art program at the time. So in grade 11, that's when I did packed up all my courses. That's why I graduated early, right? I did like grade 10 and grade 11. That's when I packed up all my courses. So by then, like even towards the end of like grade 11, like last semester, I was burnt out. Like I was like, bro, my brain cannot compute nothing right now at all. But I still had to like go into thing. And I realized like when I had that big huge time frame of me like not being in school and not really being studious, like when I did have my courses, it was art classes. I don't have to do nothing for that. Like just draw something and hand it in. I'm getting 100 regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I came into the thing and then I realized like, bro, it's like grade 11 but like worse.
Yeah.
In terms of like like in terms of content, like the content was fine. I understood most of the stuff. It's just keeping up, bro. I can't keep up with the pace at all. Like it's just too much. And then because it's like you have to like constantly be doing something. And like for me, I had to work harder than most people. Like I wasn't naturally smart. You know what I mean? Like I know for most of like my family members, like my siblings, all that, like they were naturally smart. They were like they did not have to do nothing. Like these were the type of people that didn't do homework and they still got 80s plus. Exactly. Like even my sister, bro, like there's no one mark on her whole high school education that is lower than 90. I don't understand how that works. But for me, I had to like work harder. So it's like when I came into like uni, I was trying to like balance my social life with my like university life, and obviously I'm not like I can't do both. I have to do one. You know what I mean? But that's where I went wrong. You know what I mean? I know like I was like this is light work. Meanwhile, you're behind in classes. What's going on right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so like burnout like just dragged along for like first semester, pushing it kind of second semester. But I was like, I can do a little bit more. And I was like, you know what? Because I was also in the mindset of like, bro, if I pass, I'm cool. Like I'm chill, cool, calm. But I was still struggling. Like be so expeditious for real. Like I was struggling to beat the passing grade. Like let's be so serious right now. You know what I mean? But like, did you guys struggle with that? Like burnout?
Second semester took me out. I don't know about you.
Really?
First semester, I feel like it wasn't as bad. Like one thing that really took me out too was all in high school, we didn't like do that many readings. Like I wasn't used to like reading like that. And so I got to first semester with psych and with all of that. And here I was having to do all this reading. I was like, my brain cannot compute all this. Like I can't like read like this. And so, but I feel like first semester like weirdly wasn't like as bad. But second semester took me out. Like I was at the point where it's just like I didn't care. Like I was so tired that I just like I didn't care to even do the work anymore. But then the other side of me was like I need to do it because I can't deal with like not passing or not doing good. So
I feel like I'm like not like opposite of but like high school for me, I like breezed by. I was like the 90s. If I get an 80, I'm gonna cry kind of person because it's like
same
things naturally. Like I'm so like happy that's like I'm like blessed or whatever. Like things naturally like I just understand things, so like it's easy for me to like understand concepts and stuff. So like I do well in school. So like that was like high school, right? It's like, okay, this is light. Like I'm like so smart. Like I'm so good. My dad will freaking hype me up. Like, oh yeah, like Hillary, don't you dare like go down. And it's like, oh, okay, like. But like at the university, it's like it just shocked me how much more work and effort you have to put into stuff. Cause like high school, like I wasn't doing homework. I wasn't like doing jack shit, and I was like flying colors. And then I get to university, it's like, okay, I actually have to like purposely put in effort if I want to continue this, like. If I wanted to like stay like as smart as I think I was. I thought I was really smart. I don't think I'm that smart anymore because it's like I thought because I could like get things easily, but now it's like the type of content that we're learning. It's not just about like getting. It's about like actually like understanding and applying it.
Knowing that content, how do you turn it around and be able to do what you need to do?
Because there's so much you can't nursing.
Let's be so serious.
Like you can't.
I can tell you what it is, but like to now apply it, that's where it came hard for me. So it's like I can read a paper and I can like memorize stuff. I can like I can like write a test about it, but it's like when it starts to like apply that into like real world like practices, that's where it gets hard for me because it's like okay, like I'm book smart but I'm not like street smart or like world smart or whatever, so it's just like struggle a little bit with that.
That was my struggle. That's what I'm saying. Like when I like knowledge didn't come to like I couldn't memorize like tests could not do for the life of me.
Yeah.
Like any of that stuff, but the application part, that's what I can do.
See, that's
So
what
it's
our authors
yeah. So that's the part like in school where I was like struggling with like being able to memorize it, and especially with a lot of the work here, like exams are worth like 40, 50%.
Exams are so bullshit
60.
because like how are you gonna cram for
That's
like
what I'm saying,
you're not gonna
bro.
actually learn anything.
It's not like I don't understand how they use that, and like how can they physically compute that what you remember and what you're able to put in that little
It's
boxes.
not representation.
It's not representative, but it's
Yeah.
like you can't change that, which is annoying.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing that I struggle with like uni, because it's like I want to be able to talk to you about what I know, not the other way around where you're telling me what does this mean.
Yeah.
Girl, what?
It's like
what do
in
you
the
mean?
real world, that's not
It's not
happening
how it
either.
works.
Like it's not like you're coming to a patient. It's just like, what is this? A, B, C, or D? Like
Ah,
it's just like you
don't
just
get
have
that.
to know.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. So it's
But like
different.
and like the way I'm like opposite and you is that like second semester I feel like I ate up.
Oh, I
Really?
I
was
ate up
drowning.
second semester because like first semester was like I didn't really know how to study, how to do readings, how to like take notes and lectures. I was just kind of like trying to like just like stay on top of like lecture notes, which is like a mistake. It's like it's not about like what they say in lecture, but actually you have to like go back and
There's
teach
a
it to
different
yourself.
way, yeah.
But like second semester, like I would go to lecture and I'd like just focus more on like just sitting there and like absorbing passively what they're saying, and then like learning how to like take notes that I remember. So that's like how like second semester was better for me. I think I just needed the time to like get exposed to like university like
The
types
style
of
how to do it.
types of teaching and stuff and how to like
I feel like I still don't even know how to study for some things. Like it's just like I feel like in grade what was it, like grade 11 and 12, I was like, my studying was so good. I don't even remember what I was doing, because obviously I think it's a different amount of content and it's like taught differently.
And I feel like
And
first,
so-
like
No,
high school,
go.
like they feed you so much.
Yeah.
They just like they
Yeah.
give you like practice questions,
Yeah.
homework,
Even
assignments,
like before tests, it's like you like test review and it
Yeah,
like I
every
tell you
single thing.
exactly what you have.
Yeah.
Here it's like
Yeah.
you don't know. Like so you have like 12 weeks worth of content. You don't know
don't
what's
know what is
important.
gonna be
You don't
on.
know
Not at
exactly.
all.
And it's just like you can't memorize it all. So it's kind of like up to you to pick, is this important? Is this not? And it's just like if it was and you didn't study it, then it's
Yeah.
just
That's
like
your
it's
issue.
your issue. Like you just have to learn to like pick out like what you need to know. And it's like I still feel like in some courses I still don't know, like in farm I still struggle with like I don't know if I need to know this specific thing or just the general.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't know how to like get, because lately I've been struggling too. It's that I don't like, it takes me so long to actually like ingrain like a topic. Like I go to the library and I make my notes and I'm like writing it out, but it's like, do I understand it? Like I don't. So it's like it's kind of just trial and error of like finding what works. And so it's weird because it's different for every class too. It's like how you study for biochem is
You
not the
can't
same
study
how
for-
you study for psych.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's hard like trying to find like what works, you know. But
Okay, with that being said, then
yeah.
like, I know you said that it's hard finding out what works. What have you found that works?
I think it's also like in the sense that like it sounds like I don't like fucking like cocky to say, but like I feel like I just like get
Okay.
things. I know.
No, but that's because I don't get things.
That's
And
what
I
I'm
look at her
saying.
and she like knows it. I'm like, how do you know that? Yeah.
It's like if I read something and I can like visualize and I kind of like, okay, like that makes sense. If I understand like the reason why, like the context of, because like from lecture they kind of just give you like, okay, you need to know this, but like I have to be like, okay, why do I need to know this? Like why does this happen? Like the actual like
The function behind
the
it.
function
Is it,
behind it, like
do well in farm? Cause he be doing a lot of mechanisms and stuff like that, like
the
talking about stuff,
like mechanisms
but
get
behind it.
I don't. I mean, I got like I did okay on the exam, but like I don't know if I'm like doing like it's hard to know if you're doing well in a course.
Yeah.
I feel like I understand like the different mechanisms of action for like the different like classes of the drugs and stuff, because like I just like how I say from I took notes and like tables of like, okay, this is the drug. This is the specific thing you need to know about the drug, like the mechanism of action, the indications, therapeutic effects, blah, blah, blah. And like I like filled out that table, but then it starts to make sense when you know like the physiology of your body. I feel like for example, like I don't know, like the beta blockers, like you know the physiology of like heart function and like calcium channels and like how
they work, you
and
can
how they
kinda
work,
connect
yeah,
them.
which is like why I like it, because it's building from like, okay, I learned this in anatomy, I learned this in physiology, okay, so now this makes sense, because like if he just tells you the mechanism of action, like okay, it flips the sodium potassium channels, and then like this comes in and this comes to this help. It's like that wouldn't make sense if you didn't know the background of like cell physiology that we learned in like biochem and like grade 12 biology. I think you have to like take all those knowledge. It's so easy to like forget about stuff that you learned before, but like especially with like nursing and like science courses, like everything just repeats itself. Like biology, it's like we're the same body. It's not like much changing in our body. It's just how like things relate to each other and how they like circle to make like new things.
No, that makes sense though. I like our course and how they're connected though. Because it's hard. It's easier for me to be able to like apply most of the stuff that I learn together as a collective, rather than knowing what's in this course, and remember all of those two different things.
No, they're all, even like psychology at one point was like the same as stats, and then the same as like biochem with like cell DNA replication and stuff like that, myelination, stuff like that. I feel like it makes sense when you understand like the background and like where they're coming from.
That's true. What are some methods that you use for like certain like studying? Like how does that work for you guys?
Like the timing.
I usually do like a 45 like work and then 15
set a timer.
So because it's like after an hour I'm not retaining anything. Like after an hour straight I don't retain anything. So it's like I just do 45 and then take a 15-minute break, either get up, walk around, do something different, and then get back to it. And then also what we kind of like, what I want to do more and like what I think is really beneficial is like making out your study time as like a work shift. So it's just like, say I'm gonna be studying from, let's say like 9 to 5, and it's like after 5 p.m. like you're not touching your books, you're not thinking about it, because it's like you can't. I feel like what I did a lot in first year was that it's like I'd go to lecture, let's say I had like a 9 to 3, like in that times when I had like classes, and it's like I take a break like from 3 to 5 and then study for a little from like 6 to 8 and then go for dinner and then study again like 10 to 12. And it's just like I'd be exhausted. No, like I'd go home and it's just like I'm exhausted. Like I don't want to be studying all, like, because that's my entire day. So it's like instead just like really study like really hard and focus from like 9 to 5. It depends obviously if you have like lectures, like if you have a later lecture from like 11, maybe switch to like 11 to 8 or something like that. But it's just like focus that time to like that's when I'm studying, and it's just like when I go home, like I'm not thinking about it, I'm not touching it, like you're off the clock.
Really works. So like I feel like there's days where like I will not touch a book. I feel like Thursdays, because like we have like 2 like 3-hour classes, like after that's like 5 days, like okay, like I'm taking the night off. But like Mondays and Tuesdays, it's like okay, I have this entire day free. I'm gonna block off like this section, I'm gonna get it done before like 3 p.m. before 5 p.m. I'm back home and I'm chilling.
Honestly, I do that too. Like I dedicate days instead of like hours, because I know like for certain days, like I know weekends, bro, I'm not touching that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you should give yourself like days off like, too, because like
because if you're like studying like
every single day, it's exhausting.
You're tired.
That's how you burn out for real. Like you're gonna be exhausted.
And that's what I found myself doing, like doing work all the time. Because also I was the type of person where it's like I have to get done whatever's on my list. It has to be done. If it's not done, I'm not satisfied. I'm getting that shit done. Type stuff. But it's like you want to get that stuff, but the next day is coming tomorrow. You're go to sleep. Like, what are you doing?
No, right?
Go to sleep.
People will be in the library till like 2 a.m. and like
that's
like
it's
what? Clock out at 8.
Rest. Like,
because after a certain time, like, are you really retaining anything?
You're
like,
not.
Are you actually learning, or is it
you're
just like taking it off to get it done, but you like don't know anything?
Exactly.
Like,
but yeah, I do that, and like I think particularly studying, I feel like I still don't have like a study method. But one of the ones that I do like always come back to is recall, like active recall, like doing like what do you call it, mind maps and stuff like that. And just like that's the only that's one of the main ones that I do.
I like to do like lectures of like I'm teaching a lecture. I like set up my app and record myself like, okay guys, so I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about like so and so, and I'm just like just talking about what I know, and then like that just helps me. Like I'm not thinking like, oh, like I'm forgetting something. I'm just like saying what I know, not like what I don't know.
And then when I don't know it, I look back at my work, compare it to see what I do know, and then that's the stuff that I need
fills
to be
in the
studying.
blanks.
Exactly.
I do like a similar thing, but I do it with flashcards, because it's just like mind maps like stress me out for some reason. I don't know. So it's like I just like obviously make cue cards, and then it's like what I do know, I put in one pile, and then if I don't know, like I set it in another pile, and then it's like I'll go back and
I
really
don't know how
look
to
into
do
it.
cue cards though.
Same.
I'm like Quizlets that like, because it's
like
like I don't know
Quizlets,
what you want me to say.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? Like,
it just says one
put,
thing.
Yeah. What if you put on the back of that card that you want me to like?
That's why I don't like
Exactly.
Quizlets, because they're so like specific, especially when they ask you to write it out. Like if I do cue cards and it's just like I'll say like the general line check, I'm like it's not word for word, but as long as I'm like understanding the same concept and but the issue with cue cards is that I always like I make them too late that I just never have time to actually like I be writing them out, and then it's like 2 hours before the exam. I'm like, now what? Like I didn't even use them. So it's just I think a good study for that is like maybe after like every lecture throughout the semester, make cue cards for that lecture. So then by the end of it, you already have all the cue cards made. Like instead of, because right now I go like after lecture, I'll like write out all my notes. And then that's what I do like for each lecture. But instead of doing that, like make cue cards of that lecture. So it's like by the time exam season comes, like you have everything ready and you just now can study it and like really understand it all.
Sorry. I have like
no.
I have another thing too. I feel like you should find out the type of learner that you are, because I see how like you said you don't like cue cards. I don't like cue cards too, but I like mind maps because I can always visualize the image of that mind map that I made. That's why I do it, because I know that in the case that I don't know my stuff, I remember that picture and I know where to zoom into. You know?
I know where to zoom in. I was like title that like page 3 bottom right. What does it say? What does it say?
Because I do get to certain points where I find that myself over studying, and it's good for me to have that.
I don't think I've ever overstudied.
So, like, you don't think you've ever overstudied?
I've never overstudied.
Me, I have a crazy.
It's always like I sacrifice like one topic that I'm like, okay, just don't have time for like can't be bothered.
The thing is with me though, like I sometimes, because I feel like it's more so like confidence in myself too. So it's like sometimes I'm not too. I'm like I know it, but like let me do it one more time to make sure that I know it.
Which is good.
But sometimes it backfires, because when you do that too much, the knowledge starts to mix. Yeah. So that's why I like use the mind maps, because sometimes if it happens and I'm mid exam, bro, I'm pulling out that image, bro. I'm pulling out that image.
There's points to it where it's like the way I like to study. It's like I will write down all the information. And then I kind of like in my head like, okay, if I know this, I can use this to critically think about another concept. If that makes sense. Like if I know how this one works, if they ask me a question like, oh, this and this, I know how I would take this to answer. I don't know if that makes sense.
I do that for farm.
Yeah, for farm, it's like if I know this one thing, like if I know like this one drug, it's like it makes sense that like this would apply to like something else with a similar name or something else with like
a similar function,
or
like similar therapeutic effects or something like that. You know what I mean?
Like I don't need to know like every single detail. If I just like pick one or two that kind of like have like an umbrella over.
But that's good for application though, because you don't need to know everything. You just need to know the basic function and be able to like critically think about
connect that to other stuff.
No, that was good. We did that. That's all of it, honestly.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, thank you for coming, for real.
Anytime. Call me up.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow the socials down in the link below, and
with the text box.
Comment.
Click my face.
And I don't know. Are you living on campus, or are you living off campus, or are you commuting? Answer the question down below in the comments. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.